The 1964 Hambletonian is just 48 hours away at DuQuoin, Illinois, and early morning workouts reach a fever pitch over this demanding and dramatic mile of broken records and broken dreams. 9 of the world's fastest trotting horses will be honed to razor's edge by race time. Ayres, with Johnny Simpson driving, will be the favorite. And Mr. Simpson tells young Johnny Jr. that Ayres is ready for the favorite's role. Almost as important as the pre-Hambletonian racetrack is the racing secretary's office, where the luck of the draw will determine positions behind the starting gate. Little Jimmy Simpson draws number 7 for Ayres. Glamorous DuQuoin State Fairground is a perfect stage for what is annually one of the 2 classics in American horse racing. And again, the southern Illinois weather is also perfect. So perfect that many of the grooms' sleeping quarters are located outside. Sports Illustrated magazine sends an artist to capture the scene. The American Broadcasting Company is here, too, to capture the same scene for its national television audience. St. Louis, 90 miles north, is the nearest large city to DuQuoin, but the Hambletonian will again attract a crowd estimated at 40,000. One of the 40,000 is band leader Skitch Henderson. Ayres, caretaker Charlie Coleman, and veteran driver Johnny Simpson are taking nothing for granted in this power-packed Hambletonian field. They're among the first to head trackward for their pre-race loosening up exercises. Hambletonian sponsor is personable, capable Don Hayes. Aided and abetted by nephew Bill, son of the late beloved Gene Hayes. Talking with Associated Press sports writer Chuck Chamberlain is the Hambletonian press corps, Frank Samuel, Chuck Flynn, and Biff Lowry. Well, the great show gets on the road with the sensational 2-year-old pacer Brett Hanover, driven by Frank Irvin, carving the McMahon Memorial Stake into straight heat wins, and victories number 15 and 16 without a defeat. A race with a real local flavor today is a $3,000 overnight trot involving young driver Don W. Hayes and his quick bay mare, Windy Skeeter. And Windy Skeeter and the hard-working young Mr. Hayes get up to win the sentimental journey over Edgewood Valley and gusty Hanover. Don is the 22-year-old son of the Hambletonian sponsor, and his proud parents join him in Victory Lane. Beautiful Victory Lane is also the scene of a sorrowful occasion on this 39th Hambletonian day. Gene Hayes served the sport he loved long and well, but not nearly long enough, the eulogy read. And the plaque presented to the Hayes family by Harness Racing Institute stressed the inspiration of his leadership, the strength and stature he lent to the growth and prestige of American harness racing. The Hambletonian stake today will carry a purse of $115,281. And the 9 great 3-year-old trotters competing for a share of that prize have already accumulated a combined total of $300,500 in earnings thus far during the 1964 season. Once again, the Hambletonian is one of the richest of races for the richest of horses. Ayres was branded as an extremely headstrong horse last year, particularly after one temperamental afternoon at Delaware, Ohio, when he suddenly pulled out of the race and headed straight for the barn. There's been no such cutting up this season, however, as his record of 8 victories and 9 starts indicates. The post-parade for the Hambletonian first heat. Dartmouth with driver Ralph Baldwin. Speedy Count with Billy Houghton. Big John with Eddie Wheeler. Scribe Rodney, Bruce Nichols up. Sasebo with Jim Hackett. Rainwater and Del Manges. Ayres, Johnny Simpson driving. Speedy Rodney with Billy Shooter. And Bedevil with Bobby Camper. In a final score is Speedy Count, the number 2 favorite. The notional Ayres gets ready for his race with another horse keeping him close company up front. Big John does the honors here. Starter John Dale eases the field in behind his big mobile starting gate, and we're ready for the first heat of the Hambletonian. Here they come. They're off and trotting, moving out fast. Dartmouth and Speedy Count. Ayres skips off stride briefly at the start, back on stride quickly as Big John moves up along the rail to be third. Going into that first turn. Leading the way, it's Dartmouth by 2 lengths. Speedy Count is second. Big John third and neck on the inside. Speedy Rodney moving up fourth on the outside, and Ayres is fifth. Bedevil sixth, Sasebo seventh, Scribe Rodney is eighth, and Rainwater. Speedy Count roars out of second, goes up now to challenge Dartmouth for the lead. Into the quarter-mile mark, Speedy Count in front by a length. Dartmouth second, they're at the quarter in 28 and 4/5 seconds, and here comes Speedy Rodney charging up on the outside to challenge Speedy Count for the lead. Billy Shooter off the outside now with Speedy Rodney going for and getting the lead as they enter the backstretch. That is Speedy Rodney in front by a length and 3/4. Speedy Count is second by 2 lengths. Dartmouth trotting third as they go to the half-mile mark. Big John is fourth. Ayres fifth. The Devil is sixth. Sasebo trotting seventh. Scribe Rodney eighth, and Rainwater is ninth. Going into the half-mile mark, they reach the half in 57 and 3/5 seconds, and it's Speedy Rodney showing the way in the first heat of the Hambletonian. Speedy Count is second. Dartmouth trotting third. Big John is fourth as they swing round the far turn, and Ayres is fifth. Bedevil sixth, and they're coming to the 3/4 with Speedy Rodney in front by 2. It's Speedy Rodney, Speedy Count second, Dartmouth third, Big John, and here comes Ayres at the 3/4-mile mark. Ayres is out and driving now, but Speedy Rodney flashes past the 3/4, reaching that station in 1:27 and 3/5. Turning into the stretch, Speedy Rodney has the lead. Here comes Speedy Count out of second, thundering up now on the outside, and Ayres is flying now as they enter the stretch. It's Speedy Rodney still showing the way. Speedy Count coming on. Ayres in the extreme outside is coming after that lead, and Big John's coming with him. Ayres gets the lead in the mid-stretch. Big John flying on the outside. It's Ayres and Big John in the first heat of the Hambletonian. Ayres wins it a length. Big John second, and Speedy Count is third. A blistering 1 minute 56 and 4/5 for Ayres, tying the world trotting record of Speedy Scott and obliterating the old Hambletonian record of 1:57 and 3/5 by Flawless in 1963. Ayres made a bobble, a few noticeable missteps just after leaving the starting gate. And as Johnny Simpson tells the press, he had every reason to go off stride. But Ayres did not go off stride. And the first heat of the 1964 Hambletonian is his in world record time. A horse must win 2 heats before this huge crowd will see the Hambletonian winner crowned in victory lane. But Simpson reports that he now thinks Ayres is ready to send the crowd home early. Houghton assures that Speedy Count, for one, isn't conceding anything. And neither are the other 7 entries conceding anything. They're all coming back for more, even with Ayres now moving into the rail position by virtue of his first heat victory. Each of these fine 3-year-old trotters has the credentials to spring an upset, as proved in that first heat when Big John, Speedy Count, Dartmouth, the Devil, and Scribe Rodney all were clocked in 1 minute 59 seconds or better. Here they are for the second time around. Dartmouth and Ralph Baldwin, Speedy Count and Billy Houghton, Big John with Eddie Wheeler, Scribe Rodney and Bruce Nichols, Sasebo and Jim Hackett, Rainwater, Del Manjasup, Ayres and Johnny Simpson, Speedy Rodney with Billy Shooter, and Bedevil with Bobby Camper. Field is in behind the John Dale starting gate for the second heat of the Hambletonian, and here they come. They're off and trotting. Ayres moves out fast with Speedy Count to the lead. Dartmouth in the middle of the track, and Rainwater racing out from the extreme outside into contention at the start. As they swing round the first turn, it is Ayres leading the way. Speedy Count is second. Big John drops in third at the rail. Rainwater on the outside is fourth. Dartmouth, knifing between horses now, moves up to third as they go to the quarter. It is Speedy Count leading by half a length. Dartmouth going up to challenge him for the lead. Racing third is Ayres at the rail. Rainwater is fourth on the outside, and Big John is fifth. Going past the quarter-mile mark in 29 1/5 seconds, and the leader is Dartmouth by a length and 3/4. Speedy Count is second. Rainwater on the outside, Ayres along the rail. Sasebo moving up now on the outside. Big John's fifth, and Sasebo is sixth. As they go down the back stretch with Speedy Rodney seventh, but Speedy Count takes out a second and goes for the lead once again. Going into the half-mile mark, Speedy Count regains the lead. Dartmouth is second. Ayres third on the inside. Up on the outside, Sasebo is flying 3 horses wide. They reach the half in 59 and 3/5 seconds. Speedy Count leads the way, and Sasebo has moved up to be second on the outside. Racing third is Dartmouth as they come round the turn. Speedy Rodney's on the move now, too. Coming to the 3/4-mile mark, it's Speedy Count with the lead. Sasebo is second. Dartmouth is third. Here comes Ayres in fourth, and Big John's following him in fifth. Speedy Rodney is sixth on the outside as they come to the 3/4-mile mark. The leader is Speedy Count by 2 lengths. Dartmouth is second along the inside, and Ayres is on the move now. They went to the 3/4 in 1:29 1. Turning for home, the leader is Speedy Count. Ayres moves up now to make his bid, and Dartmouth coming between horses. It is Speedy Count on the outside, Ayres, and Dartmouth third, and Big John moves up fourth. Speedy Count's under urging. Ayres is coming for the lead, and Big John is coming with him. It is Ayres and Big John on the outside. Ayres and Big John in the second heat, and Ayres wins the Hambletonian by half a length. 1:58 1/5 in a brand new 2-heat Hambletonian record for this great cutting son of Star's Prize. Owned and bred by Mrs. Charlotte N. Shepard of Hanover, Pennsylvania, Ayres gives Johnny Simpson his second Hambletonian victory. Johnny's first was behind Hickory Smoke in 1957. Ayres also makes Mrs. Shepard, wife of Lawrence B. Shepard, the first lady owner ever to send a homebred winner to the Hambletonian. Illinois Governor Otto Kerner is on hand to present the handsome Hambletonian trophy to Mr. Shepard. And along with that trophy, of course, goes a check for $56,487. Ayres' 2-year earnings now have reached $191,000. Mrs. Simpson joins the happy group. And even Ayres wants to take a closer look at that beautiful piece of silverware. In the stands, a radiant Mrs. Shepherd receives congratulations from her daughter, Mrs. Patricia Williams, on the right, Mrs. Simpson, and a close friend, Mrs. B. Howard. Mrs. Shepherd is truly the first lady of the racing world on this historic afternoon in DuQuoin. And so another Hambletonian takes its place in history alongside other great sporting events that have produced immortal champions and monumental performances. Now the winner of both the Yonkers Futurity and the Hambletonian, Ayres will go on from here to sweep the triple crown of trotting in the Kentucky Futurity. The black beauty of young trotters in 1964, Ayres stands alone at the head of his class.